Hello, my name is Ryan Marshall. I'm doing this video for people on the TMS Wiki that just need some support. I know a lot of you I've been seeing want to see a success story, so instead of typing mine out, I'm going to talk about it. A little bit about my background. Right now I'm 32. I have two wonderful boys, married, I live in Louisiana. And my journey started when I was probably about 27. I started getting upper neck and back pain that was horrible, right in my upper trap up here. And it was a stressful time in my life. My first son, Gavin, was 1 at the time, and it was just stressful. Life was taking me down. The pressures just to perform nowadays and be good and you know, head of the household, provide for your family. The pressures of life will just suck you in. And so I started frantically going to doctors, of course, because the pain wouldn't go away and it was getting worse and worse. I was a very active person. I loved to play golf. I loved to hunt and fish. I was working out in the gym. I had to stop doing all that. It was just tough to go to work. So I went the physical therapy route, did the MRI. They saw a narrowing of my cervical canal and that it was pinching a nerve and this and that. That I had repetitive strain injury and, you know, you may have to live with it the rest of your life. And so to stop using the keyboard, because I got it in my wrist too. And so I went physical therapy. I've had dry needling done, acupuncture, all kind of stuff. Worry about your posture, this, that, and it would get better and then it would get worse, get better, get worse, get better, get worse. So finally the next step was epidural injections, and for some reason that just, I didn't want to do that. I knew those cortisone injections ultimately weaken the joints and everything, and they just scared me. And so I started searching with my obsessive personality, my frantic search. I went online and found Dr. Sarno's work. I can't even remember how I found it. So I picked his book up. Healing Back Pain was the first one I got, and I started reading it, and probably like most of you, I rejected it. I thought it was too good to be true. I didn't think it would work, so I put the book down, kept doing physical therapy. Well, then they were cutting me off of that completely because he said that, you know, you can't just stay on physical therapy the rest of your life. The insurance won't keep paying for it. So I said, well, let me pick the book back up, and then I was seeing a naturopath and doing some other stuff and all this diet stuff too, and I was reading the book again, and something in my gut just told me that I got to give this a shot. I was at the lowest I've ever been. I didn't know where to turn. I was desperate. I just didn't know what to do. I was scared, and so I picked the book back up, read it, started rereading it, started researching more about TMS, and finally I came to the point where I was just like, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I got to do it. So I stopped all my physical therapy, stopped going to the doctors, stopped doing all that stuff. I would just take Advil and stuff like that. And so I started getting a little better, nothing to brag about, and got a hold of Steve Ozanish's book, The Great Pain Deception. That book opened up a whole new world for me. It was a lot more detailed than Sarno's. It gave me a different perspective, and his journey gave me hope. Hope is a mainstay in life. Finally, I reached out to Steve for a consult, and what a wonderful man he is. If you listen to this, buddy, thank you for what you've done. You helped change my life. And his book just opened up the research that went into it from other people, all the knowledge that he put into that book. I would get bits and pieces of truth all through it, you know, those little aha moments. And you pick them up along the way. It just opened up a realm for me, and I took it and went with it. It was a journey that's been full of ups and downs. So you people that are going through that, it's okay. It's part of learning. Don't beat yourself up. So I just started doing all kinds of various things. The biggest thing that helped for me, one of them was meditation, which as a TMSer, you probably search all over the place thinking, I got to meditate this way, and this one's better than that one, and that one's better than this one. And just find what works for you and don't obsess over it. Relax your mind. My mind would run 100 miles an hour, and I didn't realize how fast it was going because it was just programmed. You learn a lot of things younger in life. You're a product of your environment, and not all environments are bad. I mean, it's the journey of life. I was inbred with a lot of fear when I was young, and goodness gracious, how much I would fear and just different things and obsessions. I mean, I've had, when I look back on it now, I've had TMS my whole life. Multitude of symptoms. I have had ringing of the ears, allergies gone, my asthma's gone. I used to take allergy medicine every single day. Rarely get sick now, rarely. Back pains all over, repetitive strains in the wrist, upper back, in the elbow, panic attacks, anxiety, phobias, obsessions. It's so many various ways that it can come at you that I didn't realize it until I had to, sometimes you got to go through it. And I've had probably some other symptoms that I forgot, acid reflux, stomach problems, thought I couldn't eat this food, that food. It was just really bred by fear and how I perceived life. And me personally, I lived in a box. I was scared to get rejected. I beat myself up all the time for various things that, I always had to be better. And I was just lost in life. Like Steve said, the biggest thing is to transcordify, I believe is what he termed it as, to connect. Relationships in life are crucial. For me, I am a Christian. My relationship with God and people, the connection, I was just so isolated back then. I felt so alone. I felt like there was no hope. I felt life owed me something when I had to look at how I reacted to life. Life is about perception, and a lot of us are programmed to look at it in a negative way. I always looked at the glass half empty, and now I'm just glad to have water. The little things in life, the relationships with my family, with friends, with other people. I mean, we're all essentially the same at the core. We're just altered by our perceptions and egos. I had to learn to forgive a lot of people, to love a lot of people, and to love myself and forgive myself. It's like the truth sets you free, but you're scared of it. Just like Sarno's work, nobody wants to believe it. You don't think it's possible, but belief is crucial in life. It really helped me to learn to step out and take some risk, be vulnerable. I had to control everything. I was obsess about everything, control everything, control this person. Why did this person do that to me? It was just, I had to look how I reacted to life in the moment, look how I reacted, and know that it's okay to be angry. Anger is not a bad emotion or any of the emotions you feel. I was scared to cry. I would cry all the time for a little while, and that's okay. I'm an emotional guy, and I accept that. We're all emotional beings. It's when you hide from this or feel shame or guilt for who you are and what you've done, and just to know that you are loved and it's okay. And it TMS has opened me to another realm that I never thought was was real. It opened me up to a new perception of life, of how good life is. It's unbelievable. So you people out there that are struggling, don't give up. If you've been checked by a doctor and there's nothing major, chances are you have TMS. But like they say, no one can do it for you. That was one thing I had to do. I read all these books, and I kept reading and reading and reading and reading and obsessing out of fear. OCD is fear. It'll just cripple you. I had to start putting this stuff into action, believe it would work, and you're not meant to live in fear. It's not a natural thing. And the more I look at it, it's funny how unreal it is, but you can't teach somebody how to not fear. I mean, you can't just all of a sudden not fear. I mean, your pathways of how you react are so ingrained, and you never calm down, and you're jerking all over to watch various things in life, worry about this, worry about money, and really not live life and live now, enjoy what I have, and not be scared of failure. I used to be so scared of failure and rejection. It was unbelievable. I had to just perform and be the best ever, and I had to be perfect. And boy, when I made a mistake, I thought the world was ending. And it's okay. You can be a good, nice person. It's not like but you have to do it genuinely. You project what you are. I was angry inside, didn't want to admit it, and I would project it onto other people. I would blame other people, play the victim all the time when I was letting them control me. There's some people you need to step away from or forgive or talk to. Just open up to them. Be vulnerable. I would even lash out at people out of anger, and it did me no good. Those people that acted that way, I just let them go if they were mean to me, and know that they may be suffering inside too. I'm not perfect. I will make mistakes in life, and that's okay. I do the best I can, and move along. And so, just don't give up, people. I see a lot of people on the TMS wiki posting they want success stories, and I hope this gives you some hope, because we're meant to help other people on this earth. And when I'd hear stuff from other people, it gave me hope, to know that it is real. And I had to get out of my own boat and step out and act on it. I would stop reading the books and just go live life. It's so hard to do, though, when you want control and to try to be perfect. So I just wish all you the best of luck. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was really beneficial. Oh, yeah, digging in my past. This was not good for me. I would try to bring up past stuff and wallow in the try to get angry again at somebody, or try to be pissed off that they did that, when I just needed to let it go. It did me no good to search in the past. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Different stuff for different people. But for me, to keep bringing up negative emotions did me no good. I had to change the way I reacted to life right now and move forward in a different way. Because what I was doing, it wasn't working, and I was just scared of change. I was scared of the truth. The truth sets you free, and I wish all you people the best of luck. If you got any questions, PM me at the wiki. I'm Ryan. And just never give up. Best of luck, guys. Talk to you all later. Bye.